Tonight's guest is a football fan, a die-hard football fan. Highly respected, easily recognizable. It's been there, done that, brought back the t-shirt. He is in the Guinness World Records for attending the most matches at a single FIFA World Cup. I'm referring to the 2010 FIFA World Cup. He has won a last fan, the MTN 8 last fan standing, won himself a car and prize money. He sings. He's a professional photographer. He also won the Sports Fan of the Year at the South African Sports Awards and has traveled extensively with Bafana. But here at home, he is a die-hard Kaizer Chiefs fan. Thulani Ngcobo, also known as Ngcobo 2010. Good to have you, my brother. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, my brother. Good evening to yourself. Good evening to your all your listeners. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be your guest tonight.
Thank you for accepting our invite. Quite often we wait for people to die, then at their funeral, that's where we come and say all sorts of sweet nothings. And our approach is we talk to you whilst you're still alive, and we give you feedback to say we appreciate what you do, what you have done, and what you continue doing. And hopefully that should also motivate others to say, you know what, it is doable. I also am inspired by the story of Thulani, and I think it is something worth writing home about. And we're all about celebrating you. That's what the next 60 minutes is all going to be about, celebrating you, your contribution to the development of football, particularly from the side of fans, and the impact that you have made in South African football and beyond the borders.
Thank you so much, BK. Once again, I really feel honored, and it's a privilege for me, to be your first guest, in the category of fans, to be in your studio as your guest. Most of the time, it's only players and celebrities who are celebrated. But us as fans, we are not celebrated yet. We are always told that we are the important figures of the football internationally. You see, so I'm very, very privileged, and I thank you so much for making me this proud today. And to be honest with you, it's something new to us supporters. We are not celebrated, but the fact that Energy FM called me today and celebrating me. I'm really, really honored. Thank you so much.
Thank you for accepting our invite. Thulani, your CV is very impressive. I'm not even sure where we're going to start, but let's try and see if we can get it right. Thulani Ngcobo. Who is Thulani Ngcobo? Where was he born? Has he always been a football fan? Do you come from a family where football was like a religion? Take us back.
Yeah, I'm a traveled person. I was born, a lot of people, they don't know, I was born in Hammanskraal in Pretoria, Jubilee Hospital. Then I grew up in Makapan for about 11 years. However, when it comes to football, I grew up with my two uncles, who both of them were supporting soccer. One of them was supporting Pirates, and one of them was supporting Kaizer Chiefs. And I was a bit confused as a young boy, because I started supporting, football when I was still 5. But I waited for 2 years full, to make a decision which team am I going to support. But then at the end of the day, I had to choose one between Pirates and Chiefs. The person who pulled me, to support Kaizer Chiefs was the introduction of Dr. Khumalo, 60th Dr. Khumalo, in 1987. That's when I started, supporting Kaizer Chiefs fully. Even though I nearly went to Sundowns because I love flair when it comes to football. So there was this machine called Zen Musa at Sundowns.
Oh yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
who could do magic, with his feet, and fans who didn't see Zen Musa playing, they must look at Lionel Messi right now. So for me, Zen Musa was the Lionel Messi of South Africa. So I nearly supported Sundowns because of that. But I loved, the play of Dr. Khumalo, and he's the one who made me, to support the team. And I supported the team since then. I remember, even when we were playing as young boys, we emulate Doctor and Abuntiema Peak. I remember back then it was Doctor Ntiema Peak, Triple K Team Kulu. We had Double Rudolph Siale. They were those legends.
Bricks Mdau.
Exactly, or Bricks Mudau. So it was that generation that made me to support football. And back then, football was not about money. The players, they played for passion. They played for what they love, which is football, and they make sure, which when they get into the stadium, into the field, they play for their families, for them, for their fans. They forgot about themselves. They built their legacy and made sure which they forget about their names. But then at the end of the day, they managed to make sure which they pull the crowd. If you can check, back then, the stadiums were always packed. So in 1992, I moved to KZN in the place called Port Shepstone. That's where I grew up. Also, playing soccer at school, and also watching football on TV. Unfortunately, where I stayed, there were no stadiums and all that, but we used to watch, soccer on TV. Remember back in the days where we would go to the next door and watch football there. Would wait for 3 o'clock before the TV switched on because of they were using the batteries, and then they had to save the battery, for them.
Did you grow up in the era of black and white TV, or your era was color?
Yes, no, it was black and white. Those small was. If you can remember, then that TV, when the battery is flat, it would start, decreasing, the screen, and until it switches off.
I remember.
And back then I didn't even know which Chiefs is wearing a gold and black color. It was like black and white. Everything was black. If I watched Pirates and Chiefs, it was the same thing, same color. So I was just listening to our density, saying, okay, this is Chiefs, this is Pirates, and all that. But back then, yeah, we did, we did enjoy that football, and yeah, that's where it all started.
Interesting. Let me take you back to your 2 uncles, the one who supported Pirates, the other one who supported Chiefs. There's this notion that when you grow up in a family where, for instance, the father is a Kaizer Chiefs fan, by default, everyone in that family ends up supporting the team that the father supports. And when he goes to the shops to buy the replica jerseys, he's going to buy you a Kaizer Chiefs jersey because you still live under his roof. Did you get yourself in that space where you were forced somewhat, though you eventually chose to support Chiefs, but did you find yourself in a space where you almost got, for lack of a better word, forced to support a particular team because the elders around you supported that particular team?
No, fortunately I didn't. And what is funny is that my father was an Orlando Pirates supporter, and what helped me, to be easy to dodge Pirates is that he was not. He was always away, at work, like he was working away from home, so he would come maybe month end and also and stuff like that. So I didn't have that pressure. I just it's not like my uncles were equally supporting their teams, and then we were staying together, and there was no one who said no, support this, don't support this. So I had the choice. I've made my choice, which I'll support Kaizer Chiefs, even though it was Dr. Khumalo's style that made me to support them. So to answer you, there was no pressure to support any team.
All right, 17 minutes after 6, in conversation with our guest for tonight, Ngcobo 2010, as is popularly known in South African football circles. He is also a football analyst, a media personality, a photographer, passionate supporter of the beautiful game of football. And guess what? He is in the Guinness books of Guinness World Record. He's a Guinness World Record holder for attending.
Yanni. You know what's cracking. 101.1. Turn this up. This is Choice FM. The radio assistant referee sports show with BK Matewe.
21 minutes after 6. That's your time on Energy FM and Choice FM. Our guest for tonight is Thulani Ngcobo, a super fan. He's been there, he's done it, he's brought back the tea, a die-hard Kaizer Chiefs fan. He's in the Guinness World Records for attending the most matches at a single FIFA World Cup. That was way back in 2010. 38 matches that he attended. He was voted Sports Fan of the Year at the South African Sports Awards. He has also won the MTN 8 Last Fan standing, where he won a car and prize money. He sings, he's a professional photographer. And I'm also told that he's a professional in his own right. He works at the Department of Agriculture in Pretoria. We'll get to that. Thulani, there is a message for you here saying, good evening, BK and the listeners of Energy FM and Choice FM. I can say a lot about Mapuluba Ngcobo 2010, but in a nutshell, he is a true definition of what a sports fan is, an icon, a selfless supporter in the football fraternity. I'm glad to know him and to have rubbed shoulders with him despite us being rivals. My question to him is, what must be done as supporters to ensure good behavior and respect for our teams at the stadium? From Lady D, Iron Lady, President Yastrata. You know Iron Lady. You know Lady D from Buccaneers.
Yeah, I know her very well. Thank you so much, Lady D. We have traveled very for a very long time with her in this journey, and I'm also proud of her. She's one of the supporters that I respect big time. She has been supportive also to myself personally when it comes to soccer things and all that. But yeah, thank you so much for the message. What a nice message. But to answer her is that we just need to, as supporters, we need to know our place as supporters. We shouldn't be hooligans, especially when we go to the stadiums. The behavior that we have seen previously with other supporters, coming drunk at the stadiums, messing around, with the stadiums, some banning stadiums and all that because of maybe their teams are not doing well and all that. We just need to know, we are there as supporters. We need to support our team, and also as supporters, we need to also love each other's supporters, because there are those supporters, Pirates, Chiefs, Sundown supporters, we find that they are fighting each other at the stadium, beating each other and all that. These supporters, they need to understand that our Dr. Ivan Khoza, Dr. Petrus Mutsepe, Dr. Kaizer Mtaung, and other chairmen, they do business together. They talk. They are in business. They understand each other and all that. So if Tina as supporters we fight each other, for us it doesn't make sense. You understand? And we just need to make sure we behave at the stadium. The most important thing is to come in at the stadium and make sure you choose your seat, then you support your team the way you should support it. Not in the Mazuguchi, like you find yourself that fighting each other and all that. Another thing is that we should learn to stop booing our own players, because when you start booing your own player, it shows you are not matured as a supporter. You need to support your team, and it's very, very crucial to support your team when your team is losing. Most supporters, they want to come to the stadium in numbers when their teams are winning. It shouldn't be like that. Yes, they must come to the stadium, but when their teams are losing, that's where they need them the most. You understand? So some of them, you find that they are not, they want to boycott, and they don't want to go to the stadium because the team is not doing well. It won't help them, and just to emphasize the issue of boycotting the games. You'll hear people saying we are going to boycott the games. Those people who are boycotting the games are not attending the games. Those are the fans who are sitting behind the laptops, typing on Twitter and all that, commenting, bashing the teams and all that. They don't go to the stadiums. If they can go to the stadium, they understand that the teams need us. You understand? They claim that they are boycotting the games, yet they are watching the game on the TV. If you are boycotting the game, don't watch it then on TV. If it's playing, go to the garden and do something. But if you'll be saying, let's boycott the game, and then you still go and watch it or listen to it on radio, it means like you have done nothing yet. So let's stop this thing of boycotting the game. Let's watch let's support our teams, especially my team right now. it's things are not going well. That's when they need us the most now. They don't need us when they are winning things and all that. Yes, supporters, they are needed at the stadium and all that. But the most important time where the team needs us as supporters is when they are losing, so that we can make sure we lift them up.
Yeah. Before I go to the next message here, just a quick one, Tulani. You touched on the issue of fans arriving early at the stadium. What is it that makes some fans arrive late at the stadium for matches?
It's a culture. The culture of us, people, we have got that thing of saying that let's wait for the traffic to slow down, to slow off, so that we can just go in the last minute and drive to the stadium and all that. That's one of the things, and unfortunately, we don't think that there's a lot of people who are thinking the same way, that let's wait for a certain period of time. All of us are talking about let's wait for 5 o'clock, and then the traffic will be slow, will be faster at that time. Everyone is thinking the same thing.
Way.
And then you meet at that time, then you find that there's traffic.
It's congestion.
You understand? Like me now, for instance, personally, when I go to the stadium, I make sure I arrive at 3 hours before the kickoff.
Oh,
so
wow.
that I avoid stampede. I avoid a disappointment. Sometimes you measure the time, say okay, from home to stadium is only 1 hour 30 minutes. No, I can leave home maybe around 1:30. I know I'll arrive at 3. And then you'll find there are accidents. Your car might even break, or maybe your taxi might be late and all that. So you just need to make sure you set yourself enough time for you to go to it. Every game that I attend, I make sure that I arrive 3 hours before. It's even worse when it's Soweto Derby, because I arrive at 10:30 in the morning.
What? 10:30 for a match that kicks off at 3:30?
At 3:30, yes. 10:30 in the morning, I make sure my car is parked safe, and I take content. I mingle with supporters, because most of the time when it comes to Soweto Derby, we meet fans from Botswana, Namibia, other countries, also Cape Town, around South Africa, Durban, and other provinces. So that's where we mingle and we socialize and all that. Then maybe 3 hours before the kickoff, then we get inside the stadium.
All right.
To avoid stampede. And then another thing is that I leave maybe 2 hours after the game is finished. I don't just leave immediately. You understand? So that's how you should avoid traffic in the roads and all. Because when it comes to Derby, when the game finishes at 5, forget that you're going to leave immediately, because you'll kill your car. In terms of the clutch, you will be waiting in the traffic for 2
Brake
hours.
pads
So you rather
brake pads
exactly.
as well.
You rather leave them the traffic flows, and then you can join them later.
Maurice Matole Etwaring, good evening, BK. Can you ask Mr. Tulani Ngcobo, how did he feel when he was announced as the super fan, where you would be attending all World Cup games in 2010, if I'm not mistaken, and how does the current situation that is going on at his club and the way they are losing games that seem to be obvious games to be won? How do you feel about that? Maybe let's start with the one of you being a super fan, because that's where you really your profile blew, like everyone now just knew there is Tulani Ngcobo.
Yeah, thank you for the question. It really changed my life. It came as a competition. I remember back in 2009, MTN came with this competition called MTN 8 Last Friend Standing, where we would SMS and answer questions, football-related questions for you to win. But then, PK, to take you back before then, I remember when the Sepp Blatter was announcing that we're going to host the 2010 FIFA World Cup back in 2004.
Mm-hmm.
As a prominent supporter back then, I was attending matches, week in, week out, 3 matches per week, sometimes 5 matches per week, the PSL games. I told myself, Uchi, I want to at least budget for 10 games for World Cup. You understand? So
okay.
I saved money for me to attend 10 games, at least maybe the opening and other semi-finals and also the final. So when MTN came with this competition, MTN 8, Last Friend Standing, I didn't mess around. I told myself, I'm gonna enter this competition, I'm gonna win it, and make sure, I even if I didn't win it, but I'll try my best. So then I tried my best, and then I was nominated as part of the 8 that were selected, because that competition included everyone in South Africa, to enter. So because of they only wanted one Last Friend Standing, and then we were 8 that were nominated, then we had to write a test for us to win that competition. And then I remember when Golden Arrows played Ajax Cape Town at Orlando Stadium. That was the day where I was announced as the winner, where Golden Arrows beat Ajax Cape Town 6-0 at Orlando.
Oh yes,
so
I remember. Yeah.
That game, yes. So we were lined up, the 8 of us at halftime, and then there was an envelope. Then we were, and then I was announced as the winner. I was very, very happy, my brother. I was very, very, happy. And then I told myself, my dream came true, for me to go and watch those games, 38 of them instead of the 10 that I budgeted for. So I was very, very happy, and I made sure, I'll go from the first game until the last game, and make sure, I break the record that was set by the Guinness World Record. So I was very, very happy, to answer the question.
Kana, what car did you win?
It's a Polo Vivo.
And the prize money?
The prize money was 50,000 educational fund. However, what happened is it wasn't the car wasn't the prize for that. It's a vague story, but I will just shorten it. The price was only for 38 tickets, and then after the World Cup, MTN came to my house, to my home. They came with a surprise, and then that's when they brought this car. I didn't know which I'm gonna win. It came as a surprise. So, all in all, they brought the car. They gave me the 50,000 educational fund, which I invested for my son. They also bought me a house in Soshanguve, the one that I used to stay in.
What?
They bought me that house. Yeah, they bought me that house. They also bought me a plasma TV. There's something else that they did for me. It's the educational fund. Yeah, there were 4 prizes. So it's something that I never expected, that MTN did for me. We shall always, always be, grateful for them, for making me this ultimate football fan, in the world. And until today, I'm still, driving that car. And what the 50,000 that they gave me, they wanted me to go to school, but because of I was working back then, and my son was still in grade 4. I then invested it so that he doesn't go to the through the path that I went through, of not completing my studies and all that. So fortunately, I saved it until 4 or 5 years back, and then today he's doing his third year at Wits University, through that money.
All right.
The Radio Assistant Referee Sports Show with BK Matewe.
Tulani, I've got a voice note for you. I want you to take a listen to this. Take a listen to this.
Okay. Hi everyone, I hope you're all good. This is the son of Tulani Ngcobo. Just to say a few things about him, my dad. Yeah, I've known him all my life basically because he's my dad. But yeah, he's a really calm man. He is slow to anger. He's very loving, and yeah, he always does his best to make me happy. There are a lot of things that he sacrifices in order for me to get the things that I want and the things that I need. So I really appreciate him for that. It just shows the kind of person that he is. A loving father, a caring father. A person who is there whenever I need something. He's always there basically to provide where he can, and he always makes sure that he can. So he's a really great man. God is an understatement. He's a great man, and I really love him with all my heart. I thank God that he is my father. I wouldn't pick any other person to be that. I'm really thankful for who my dad is.
That's Tabang, your son, Tulani. That's where now you cry. I agree. That's when such words. That is a calm guy, slow to anger. He makes me happy. He makes all the right sacrifices. I appreciate him. He's loving and caring. He provides for me. He's a great man. I would not think of anyone who would be a better dad to me than Tulani Ngcobo. That must be heartwarming.
Yo, I didn't expect that, man. I didn't expect that. And yeah, that's my son, man. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, BK. And yeah, he knows I love him so much. And thank you so much, my boy. You have made me proud, and I love you for who you are, and you have been, good to me also. You make things easy for me, to be a father to you. And honestly, I'm really proud of him. I nearly didn't hear his voice because it was like a bit, it was a bit slower, but then when I caught him in maybe 5 seconds, I was like, oh, this is my boy. But what surprised me is that where did you get him? And I didn't know which it's gonna be here.
That's what it's all about, preparing for the show, Tulani. We do our homework so that we give the listeners quality listening time and value for their time. Take a listen to this voice note. Another one.
Tulani Ngcobo, Upra John, umngane wami omkhulu. He's my good friend. I've known him for many years. I cannot even remember when we met, when we became friends. Obviously, it was through football, but in 2010, I remember we attended games together. Obviously, he watched more games than I did because he won that MTN competition. But one thing I can tell you now, I've known him for those many years. Azange ngambona uThulani Ngcobo akwatile. Yes, I know he gets angry, he's a human being, but mina, I've never seen him angry. He must just remain the way he is, very humble, very down to earth. Ngigcwele ngawe ntwana, ngigcwele ngawe kakhulu bra John. Tattoo.
All right, more coming. Let's take a listen to this one.
Malumencha, blawe, hela yalo. Thanks very much for inviting Thulani Ngcobo in your show. This man is a gallant fighter. This man is a legend. This man is a genuine supporter. This man is a prominent supporter. When we talk about Thulani Ngcobo, the whole country understand where we are going. This guy, we met long time ago. We have served in so many activities of football, not only football, all the sporting codes of South Africa. This guy is a very humble man. Thulani Ngcobo Nchayaka Blawe, I'm so grateful to be in your show also, to be part of the celebration of our man, Thulani Ngcobo. It's very important when we celebrate the legend when they are still alive. I'm so grateful to be part of your show. Ngcobo ke motho wa batho. Ngcobo o rata batho. Very humble guy, very down-to-earth person. This guy, he loves football. This guy, he loves sport with his whole heart. Ke itumetse thata gore today re bua ka ntša rona Ngcobo Thulani Blawaka. When days are dark, he's always there for us. When we don't have place to sleep, he will always invite us in his house. And then transport free of charge. And then I'm proud to say I was the first one to teach Ngcobo how to drive a car. Hey, I've contributed to the Kamuruta driver. This call, why tabula koloi? We had someone out. No, thanks very much, Kalebo Hatata. Bravo! Enjoy the show ya how. Raulebo Hela Buraka Mujimaru Bulekeda Wena. Kalerata Leo. Tabayeo!
Hey, we are hearing secrets, otherwise we would not have known about if we had not invited you. But that's Botha. He's also another super fan of South African football. We all know him. We appreciate him. He's a great fan. More voice notes. Let's continue listening.
Afternoon, Mr. BK, producer, and the listeners. Ke Maphuthi Mayweather GP Moremi ka mo Thembisa Sekhukhune United supporter na ke rata go bolela ka Ngcobo Mapholoba, the Kaizer Chiefs fan. Na monno bana I can write a book ka ena go hopola tšatši le lengwe a mfounela e le Wednesday a rona le project engwe tshwantse re etse ko Joburg ba nyaka di supportera. I think o re biditše really 5 or 6 if I'm not mistaken. Ke tsamaile le ena from ka Pitori ka koloi ya hae ra tsamara projecteng ko Joburg. I remember ebile be ne nna le yena I think le Soroka ba bangwe ba itire ka sa bopola because ke ntwa bo 2018 re ile re tsamaya ko projecteng ewe ba re fa 1,000 ranta ka ipotšiša gore ka ra di supportera tše di ka tša go tala na mara Ngcobo ba kgetha nna ka re supportera tše dintšhi ditetse na so ke sa le kwa Highlands Park ka nama ke mo respectile not because of ile mpha tšhelete mara Ngcobo ke a mo tseba o na le botho ke a o thie sharp.
Right, let's hear some more.
Ke le dumediše ke be ke bua ke dumediša pele ba latedi ba go la dinao ba MNS wa bolela le lena ke scotch wa Sandawana Ranfate letsatsing le mola re thabang le Ngcobo 2010 molatedi le the creator of the content since ke follower monna ke bone content ya gagwe e le ntle ebile e kgona go goga le balatedi ba go la dinao mo e leng gore ke kgonne go bona ke lebala fela gore ke balatedi ba bakae ba kileng ka ba bona on social media ba e leng gore ba mo latela mara le nna ke le motho le gore mo latelang ke re tswelela pele monna gešo o bereke le setšhaba sa go la dinao.
Thulani, I'm asking myself, Uri, let's assume you were no more. And all these things that are being said, they were being said and you don't get to hear them. What purpose would it serve?
My brother, it wouldn't serve any purpose, and I really, really appreciate this moment. You know, it's funny that, you know, two weeks ago, I was just like, you know, thinking about something that I think don't happen. I was like, I wish, you know, we had two lives where when you die, you'll hear people who really, really loved you and people who didn't love you, you know, talking at your funeral, and you come back and you tell them, Namanga, you didn't do that. but then, you know, hearing this, you know, after 2 weeks, you know, hearing this live, you know, I feel like I'm dreaming. But all in all, my brother BK, I'm really, really, you know, grateful for this opportunity. As I said in the beginning of the show, that I didn't expect this, you know, to come to the supporter. Normally we hear them from the soccer legends and other you know, artists, but then not the supporters. So I really, really appreciate, you know, to be the first, you know, to come to your show, and for everyone who spoke. I had my brother from KZN, Nati Zoom, you know, also he you know, sent a voice note, and Botha and Scotch and Mayweather, Lady D, everyone. So I thank everyone, you know, who contributed in the show, and also everyone who didn't, you know, come through to this show today, but they are listening, and thank you so much. But BK, I think there's something that we didn't do. There was a question from this listener talking about the performance of Kaizer Chiefs. Maybe.
Oh yes, yeah. Kabri panel briefly, yeah.
Yeah. In briefing, like right now, Kaizer Chiefs is going through a challenging phase. You need to understand that, and the results haven't gone, you know, our way right now. We have got more injuries and consistency. There's no consistency at Chiefs, and even, you know, our interim coaches, it seems like there's still problems. You know, there's no one who's motivating the players. So I think, you know, coming to the next season, our management need to, you know, dig deep and bring us someone who's going to coach this team, starting from the off season until we you know, we go up, because of right now everything is gone. Even the league, those who think Chiefs will take the league this season, they must forget. Let's fight for the top 8, and that's it. So yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Polokwane. This is Energy FM 105.8. Keep it locked. The radio assistant referee sports show with BK Matewe.
7 minutes before it is 7. Tulani is still with us on the line as we celebrate him tonight. Tulani, we in a minute, I want you to talk to me about. You seem to be a man of many talents. You are a part of a 5-member music group called Bafana Pride. You have released, is it an EP with what? 11 tracks. Do you sing? Do you play? What instrument do you play? What's your role in this Bafana Pride musical group?
Okay, thank you so much for that. It's an album. We released it last month. I do sing there. One song I'm leading, and all other songs I'm a backing vocalist. So we are 5. There's myself, Juska and Plee, there's Rusi K, and also there's Breda. So the listeners, if they want to listen to our songs, they can go to all the digital platforms, Spotify and other platforms. Just search Bafana We Love You, like we did it for Bafana. So they can just search, Bafana We Love You, and the album is there. So yes, it's out right now. We are busy promoting, and I can see on my Twitter, my TikTok, people they really support our album. So I'm looking forward, you know, to a successful one going forward. But then I do sing as a backing vocalist, and there's a song that I'm leading also there.
Oh wow! Right, Tulani, we're getting into wrapping up our chat. I'm told you've got a favorite song that you want us to play for you. What is the name of that song?
The name of the song, it's a Zulu song called Nomungavalwa. So it's a mixture of gospel and Maskandi song by Jumbo and one of the best Maskandi artists, Kuzani. It talks about, those people who think they are bigger than everyone, who wants to block people from achieving whatever they want to achieve. So I believe that song talks to me, there have been people who have been trying to block me, but even when they can block me, but I'll make sure that I kick that door open and make sure that I become a future, a successful person in future. So that song is one of the songs that I love very much. There's got a message. It talks directly to me because of I'm a hustler, as you said. I'm a person, who has got many talents. One other thing that we're doing right now, we just registered a company, an agency company. Myself, Thabo Siroka, and Dikang Mabalani, the former Orlando Pirates player. It's an agency. That's why we help players, who don't have teams, to sign their contract and all that. We negotiate the contract on behalf of them. So that song really, really speaks to me.
All right. I'm not getting the actual one, but I still have Ngcobo Yazi Jumbo. Okay, let's get into it, right? I'm gonna ask you two questions. You pick up one. I'm gonna give you two options: winter or summer.
Summer.
Tea or coffee.
Coffee. Day
or night games.
Day.
Shower or bathtub.
Shower. Yes, shower.
VIP or extra strong.
Extra strong.
Macaroni or spaghetti.
Hey, Bafana loco. Okay, macaroni.
All right. Which one is your favorite between the home or away jersey of Kaizer Chiefs?
The away jersey of Kaizer Chiefs.
You love that one better, all right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about captains of Kaizer Chiefs. Neil Tovey or Itumeleng Khune?
Itumeleng Khune.
FNB or Moses Mabhida Stadium?
Moses Mabhida Stadium.
Cap or bucket hat?
Cap.
Boiled eggs or omelette?
Omelette.
Still or sparkling water?
Still water.
Manual or automatic? We're talking cars now.
Automatic.
Right. You currently work at the Department of Agriculture in Pretoria. So I'm gonna throw this one at you. You need to choose one. Livestock or crop farming?
Livestock.
Shower gel or bath soap?
Shower gel.
Tulani, we appreciate your time. We appreciate all that you have done for the fans of football, the inspiration you have brought, the leadership you provide. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Continue doing the great work that you have been, and you continue to be a great servant of the beautiful game of football. Thank you so much, and may you continue to be blessed in all that you do.
Thank you so much, BK. I really appreciate you. I'm really, really, really humbled, for you to celebrate me while I'm still alive. And I hope it doesn't end here, and then it's gonna go, far, with others. So thank you so much, and all the people who are following me on my social media, over 2010 Sharp Eye. Thank you so much for making sure that you follow me, and I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, and good night.
Cheers.
All right. That's how we bring down the curtain on this week's edition of the Radio Assistant Referee. Thank you so much for having made me part of your evening. We do this again next week on Monday, same time, God willing.